Arvin, show us a property you actually like. Well, here it is. I'm going to critique this property, so if you decide to remodel, build, design your own property, you won't make the same mistakes. I'm Arvin Haddad. I'm the How to Buy Mansion guy. Let's watch this one together. Did it say sandwich way? Really? Is it like Subway? Come on, we got to change that. That really cheapens out the brand, guys. Come on. Maybe a croissant, a baguette. Come on, sandwich. Okay, frontage. Fantastic. You have a clear approach. It's not tree line. There's no really a reveal, but it's there. You have the frontage. You can tree line this much nicer. But let's talk about the architectural style. Can you spot the flaw? You're like, Arvin, this is like better looking than my wife. This is like, what are you talking about? This is perfect. Look, have you ever dated a supermodel before? Exactly. It's not because you couldn't. It's because she was too perfect. Like, give me a mole, give me a scar, give me something to work with, personality, something, right? This is colonial revival with a dash of a little bit of a New England mix in there. This architectural style came right after Queen Anne, and Queen Anne was very expressive, okay? Facades free-forming, you can do whatever you want, and this was opposition to that. Like, people got sick of that style, so they went for full symmetry, and you can tell by the paired windows. That's a clear sign of colonial revival style, New England especially, and it's an opposition to that. But the problem is, when you go for this super symmetric look, you have to give it a mole, you have to give it a scar, you have to bring that character to it, you have to give it a little bit more personality, because the symmetry is doing all the hard working of the massive facade. You just got to make it more attractive. I will do that at the end of the video. Make sure you watch to the end.
Thank you for making it so quick.
Unbelievable.
I want to invite you to La Plaisance, 543 Sandwich Road, Greenwich, Connecticut.
I have never seen anything like this level of craftsmanship set on 4 acres of park.
Okay, look at this. Let's talk about side setbacks, lot utilization. The property sits super comfortably on the lot. I talk about this, right? This is estates level, okay? This is like, when I think mega mansions, I don't consider these like houses in LA that people put like on a, you're 3 feet away from your neighbor, really a mansion. This is a proper mansion we're talking about, right? Look at that frontage. The side yard is bigger than your backyard, and the backyard is acres and acres rolling and rolling, and the guest house in the back. This is proper, its own category. This is when, like, you sell your company, you arrived, or you just married really rich, okay?
Ryan, you got here so fast. I'm still not finished setting up the house. Okay. Do you mind if I go turn on some more lights while you start the tour?
Go for it. That's what happens when you drive a Serhant blue Aston Martin. You get here really fast.
What is this? It turned into a freaking Aston Martin commercial? Okay, we can critique this still. I really like it, but like, you always got to think how it could be better, okay? Like, I think a central fountain in the motor court would have been nice. It's just too blank. I would have also argued, again, this is very controversial, but I really like that pebble, right? Feel on the driveway. I know car people would hate it, and ladies with the heels, I know, but optically speaking, oh my God, like, wow, like what a difference that could make, right? So far, I'm totally spotting the kind of boringness of the facade, but also I'm loving the symmetry, right? It's really masculine in that way. But I just have so many ideas to make this, from the front door to everything about this property, a little bit better.
All right, there's a lot of house to show you today. I'm so excited to walk you through what is over 17,000 square feet of new construction. 7 bedrooms, 12 bathrooms, cinema, fitness center. You have an amenity floor. You have a party floor. Like, there's a ballroom all the way up there where you first saw me come in.
Did you see that part? That's like a clear signal of a New England vibe and feel. I would actually change that about this property because I think it's too symmetrical. I would do something a little bit different to make it more, I would say, a colonial, revival colonial. You got to do a little bit tweaks to it.
I know what you're thinking, right?
No, you missed the front door. I was going to make a comment on the front door. So front door like that, I would have put like a brass or gold mail slot there. And I don't know what they call it, but the middle kicker so you can push with your feet without like scratching the door, I would have totally added that to this house. It would have made it even more bespoke.
This house is one big wow moment, and it started in the dirt. This is a new construction home. And like I said, every detail has been carefully crafted, from the exterior of the house, from the large cedar shingles on that facade, to the Da Vinci slate roof, to the hand-chiseled stone that you see throughout, even in the driveway. Everything has been carefully crafted.
Okay, let's talk about the wow factor. Not that impressive, to be honest. Stairway looks too modern for the architectural style. You're definitely holding back. I hope they show a shot from the ceiling, because I really want to see how high the ceiling is to see how much volume you're getting right off the bat here. But it seems a little tight to me. And you've completely blocked the wow factor with the flower and I think the couches in the back. But I could be forgiving towards that if this foyer is really, really gorgeous. But I'm just not getting that New England vibe over here. Not from the railing, not from the stairs. Only a little bit of paneling, and the marble floors are just throwing me off. So the inside is kind of telling a different story from the outside right off the bat.
You've got your dual flanked staircase that take you up to the upper level. The main house is currently situated as 4 floors. So we have our lower level, that is our amenity floor. We have our main entertaining level here.
Okay, see, right off the bat, I like the foyer, but I would take one of the stairways out of the way. Like, you don't need 2 stairways when you have so tight. In fact, architecturally, if you go back to traditional layouts for colonial revival, you only get 1 stairway going up. So right off the bat, I think you can make this better by taking one of them out, make it wider, kind of frame the experience, because you have good ceiling heights, right? You have a pretty good foyer, but it's just too narrow. I would give 1 stairway and then have a tunnel effect to kind of reveal the grand room, which I'm expecting to see after this, and the enormous, acreage behind that.
Follow me into the main living room. Corinthian columns lead us into this amazing living room. You've got this gorgeous coffered ceiling.
That's it? Come on. That was really small. That was this whole, dude, like, how do you guys not know how to do an internal wow factor right? What's wrong with you people? You had the acreage. You had a private driveway. You had the most gorgeous, it's not a 10. I will fix it at the end of the video. But you had that whole moment. And then that's your formal living area? I would tell you what it comes down to. You know what it comes down to? Maximizing square footage. Because for a state of this caliber, you should have double height ceiling, this whole great room. But you decided to what? To make sure you have a bedroom upstairs, an extra bedroom upstairs. So you didn't give it that double height ceiling. Your great grand room should have been right here, smack center, hit it, and just like measure up to the lot you bought. 4 acres, for God's sakes.
And look at this fireplace, by the way. I don't think I've ever actually seen a fireplace like this. And this is fireplace number 1 of 6 in the house.
Okay, those dimensions are off. This room is just, again, very vertical. You don't have the width. And the fireplace, who the hell designs that fireplace? It's horrible.
Just to refresh, there are 7 bedrooms, 12 bathrooms. We have nearly 13,000 square feet above grade. We have basically a total of 7,000 square feet of interior space below grade.
Like, what is this couch doing? Did you pull this from the movie theater? What are you doing, dude? Come on. It's neither traditional nor modern. It's like something from the 1980s.
I love the way the light is so symmetrical. So if you stand here in the center of the living room, you've got these perfect archways that lead to the perfect double doors where we came into the house. That would then, when I turn this way, we go right out to the backyard.
You see this? You had no room. When the stagers were like trying to stage it, hey, we got to put these 2 chairs like right on the door. It's so bad. This was a horrible, horrible great room for the scale of the lot, like scale of the house. Should have been twice this wide, much bigger, much grander, double height ceilings. What are you doing?
And then if I look right, I'm going into dining room 1 and maybe one of the most fantastic kitchens I've ever seen. I mean, what did I tell you? Your centerpiece is this amazing 15-foot island, and it's incredible. Statuary countertops, you have custom walnut cabinetry throughout, Hamilton Sinclair hardware. This is a 60-inch range, and I honestly don't think it's been used because I can't tell. You have two 30-inch ranges. You have multiple refrigerators, multiple freezers, different refrigerator drawers.
Cold. I've seen enough of the kitchen to say cold. I kind of liked how they pulled the marble and the butcher block combined together, but they didn't double down on it. They went with steel appliances and then the white and the subway tiles in the back. To be quite frank, the kitchen looks small. Again, you're gonna realize, like, this is a 4-acre estate you had. God damn it! Like, what are you doing? This should have been a way grander area. And then you're walking straight from your formal living room to the kitchen. Like, where is the transition?
You have tons and tons of prep space, workspace. Downstairs, you have a full industrial chef's kitchen as well. So if you're having a wedding here, a party, maybe the kids' kitchen is downstairs where everyone's making a mess and playing around. It's pretty amazing.
That was a pretty small stove for a chef's kitchen. Your chef would be jealous. Be like, hey, how come I didn't get the chef's stove? I got the shitty stove in the chef's kitchen. You got the chef's stove in the show kitchen.
Because why have one kitchen in your Greenwich, Connecticut estate when you can have two with multiple wet bars and other mini fridges everywhere? This house is full of surprises. And then here you've got your family room, fireplace number 2.
This is your family room? That's it? Like, if you were going small and you made it at least decorated cozy, you made it warm, like you brought natural wood in, gave that beach, like, Cape Cod-ish, whatever New England vibe to it, I'm with you, okay? I will be like, okay, you just didn't want a big space. But this is your family room? My house has a bigger family room than this. Neither one of those rooms are usable. This is way too small of a family room. And then that great room was not great. There was nothing great about that room. Horrible. So far, the living arrangement, I thought I was going to like this house. I mean, I saw the facade. I was like, you're not going to mess this up on the inside, right? Like, you had everything to do with it. But I swear to God, people do all the time. It's why I do consulting.
You've got an amazing flat screen TV that's perfectly situated in that millwork, and you're flanked by these gorgeous windows and doors.
They didn't even pick the right size furniture. Like, you should have known that you have, like, no space, and putting those chunky furniture, it's going to make it look even worse. You should have gone with, like, a much more dainty, smaller, thinner frame furniture to at least make the space look bigger.
And if I'm not mistaken, I can hear maybe a drink being made right now in the bar, because there's an amazing bar on this floor. What is that? Oh, hello.
Hello.
Ryan, this is Dan, the owner.
Amazing.
Pleasure to meet you.
Beautiful house.
Thank you very much.
Oh my God. See, this is the problem, okay? You guys design homes on floor plans and have no idea how that's going to come out in real life, okay? Someone is like, let's make a bar over here. Look at the setback behind you. The bar takes half of the freaking room. You couldn't see this on the plans? This is horrible so far, guys. Horrible. This was, by the way, someone just requested, one of you guys emailed me, begged me to do it like an East Coast traditional. And I was like, I love those homes. I want to do a reaction to them. I don't know if it was just a prank on me, like he knew I was not gonna like it. But I was gonna review this as a property that I really like because I just saw the facade. I was like, this has to be good.
So you built the house.
Yes, I did. It took about 3 years, a lot of detail, and it was a labor of love. We selected a lot of the interior and exterior items ourselves. We didn't really have a designer. It was just us. So
tell us, buddy, you should have got a designer. Like, see, people like even. I study this, okay? When I want to build my own house, I get opinions. When I want to renovate my own property, I get opinions from other people. Like, what are you thinking? Why wouldn't you get it? You want to make sell this property for God knows how, $17.5 million, and you're not going to get a designer? Like, I would just hire a designer for a $3 million project, and I design shit myself. Just to get a second opinion on everything. 2, 3, 4 brains is better than one brain. And even if you have my brain, okay, it's better. You should get a designer. You should spend that money. It shows. It really shows that you didn't even know, forget about design, you didn't even know how to lay a proper layout, like dimensions and scale. You know why I'm so angry? Because that lot is beautiful. I love land. I love good lots, okay? And when I see someone take a beautiful lot, right, and just chop it up the wrong way on the inside, it pisses me off. It's God-given land. Like, Almighty gave us this land. Appreciate it. Do something well with it.
All right, I'm gonna go back to giving them the tour.
Great, thank you.
Beautiful bar.
Enjoy
Come
it.
on.
Okay, they jumped that office. It was okay. But I was kind of glad that it wasn't all mahogany because that's like the default choice. Everyone just goes mahogany. So I was just glad we didn't see mahogany. But put a freaking indoor plant in there before trying to get $17.5 million. It would cost you $500, okay?
I just love doing that. Am I tipsy? No, I only had one sip. I'm 6'3", 200 pounds of man. Formal dining room on the first floor.
What the hell is this? 8-person table with the worst chairs I've freaking ever seen on a dining table. The chairs are bigger than the freaking table. Dude, what are you doing? Come on. This is horrible. This is so bad.
Your lowest ceiling height throughout most of this house is 11 feet. So it's grand, it's bright. And then on the other side here, you have a full butler's pantry that is just beautiful. You have 2 separate wine refrigerators. They're extra wide.
So like, this is the second time I've seen like this dark and light mixture of cabinet colors. You did that in the kitchen for some part of it, and you're also doing it over here. Whose idea was that?
You also have the entire bar that we just saw that's also next to the receiving room. I love these houses that hold Hollywood charm the way he just talked about.
Okay, there's one house, okay, that I would say, it's first of all, it's Beverly Hills north of Sunset, which is, I think Ellen DeGeneres sold, and it actually broke, at the time, all-time record in Beverly Hills north of Sunset, a very funky house, but architecturally was kind of similar to this. And this is by no means a Hollywood style. Okay, this is very New England, very East Coast traditional. We don't see these houses in. Now, for their choice to go Hollywood on the interior, Hollywood glamour, then why did you pick that architectural style? Like, build a, Hollywood Regency house if you want to do that, right? Like, why would you pick that architectural style and go completely anti-East Coast on the inside? I don't get it. Again, I don't think they've really messed up as far as like the moldings and stuff with that, bringing that Hollywood like chandeliers, the wall hanging, Art Deco kind of old school chandeliers and wall sconces. They're trying that, not so much with their chandeliers, just more like wall sconces. But it baffles me, like that you would really want 2 distinct look in such a big mansion that have really nothing to do with each other.
Where when you enter the amazing entry foyer, you've got not just a formal living room ahead of you, but you have that entry receiving area, because that's where people used to receive their guests.
Oh, this is on the other side of the formal dining table. On the right side, you got the dining table. On the left side, you got the formal receiving place. You had 3 living rooms, right? You had a receiving room, a formal living space, and a family room. And I don't think any of them would get used. It's just, none of them have any personality or the right dimensions or the right energy to invite you in. When architecturally speaking, you had me like fall in love, right? You got me, and then you completely disappointing interior-wise. Disappointment so far.
So that's the first floor. We also have our garage. There's a guest bedroom suite here, office, and everything that you've seen. So let's go upstairs and start seeing some bedrooms, shall we? Come on. Your primary suite is to die for. I mean, what can I say? I can tell you about the details. I can show you these vaulted ceilings.
Horrible chandeliers. The wall sconces were way better than the chandeliers are just horrible. And then there were no curtains on the windows.
But the pinnacle for me in here, yes, this bedroom is big and beautiful and you have these amazing windows and it's all new and another fireplace. But the spa, oh, it is a spa. And you get 2 of nearly everything. Come on. 2 water closets, 2 linen closets, 2 hooks for 2 robes, 2 vanities, extra large, tons of storage, 2 extra large showers with extra jets. They're both steam showers, by the way. All of this gorgeous marble floor all the way to the ceiling.
So far, the primary bathroom has been the best thing so far. At least they didn't really screw it up, right? Choice of marble is okay. It's really marbled out, but I guess that's the theme of the house, so we're gonna go with it. But layout-wise, it's really big. You got his and her, everything perfect, fine.
It's also got its own deck looking to the backyard, and I think it's finally time I give you a little bit of a sneak peek into the back of the house. Come on. Your primary deck. Amazing, beautiful. I gotta come up with new words for beautiful and amazing. I mean,
did you see how everything changed? Just how the inside and outside. Look at the decking, architecturally correct for the architectural style. Everything outside right now is cohesive and makes sense. But the inside didn't have any element of the architectural style outside.
you can come out here, glass of wine, coffee on a Saturday morning before the kids wake up, and you're looking out over this incredible landscaping. Look at that Japanese maple over there, just situated, and at night, when they're fully lit up, because of course there's a full lighting system.
Oh my God, this is to die for. Just so beautiful. Just the grounds, man. Come on. Like the mature trees, the lush greenery. It will look beautiful in winter also. Like such a beautiful, beautiful piece of land. And the interior just sucks. It's really like that supermodel. Like I was really onto something in the beginning of the video. Like looks extremely beautiful from the outside, but completely no personality, nothing on the inside. This is a prime example of a supermodel house.
It's so special. But before we get back here, before we go outside and see the pool house and cabana,
You see the back facade? It looks a little boring. The roof is beautiful. The landscaping is beautiful, very symmetrical, but it just doesn't have that, character. I'm gonna bring the character at the end of the video. Make sure you watch to the end.
we have so many more bedrooms, plus the party room. Each of the additional ensuite guest bedrooms are built to the nines.
They just forgot about the curtains, huh? You're doing an East Coast traditional with a Hollywood vibe, and then you realize like the Hollywood vibe really doesn't take curtains. Is that what happened? Like you you changed your mind?
The bathrooms have a mixture of Carrara gold marble, Thassos stone, mother of pearl inlay. You have Toto toilets in all of them. Incredible showers. The house is brand new. I don't know any other way that I can say it to you. I'm like walking through a designer showcase dream house. That's really what this is.
It's not a designer, dude. Ryan, what the hell are you talking about? He said that he did it himself.
So we didn't really have a designer, it was just us, so.
You're telling me he's a designer now? You're just saying whatever comes to your head, huh? Come on.
And that on top of additional rooms and space and the laundry room.
Dude, you cheaped out on the laundry, man? Come on. You gotta have love for your maid. You can't give him this 1980 look. Oh, man.
And the laundry room complete this floor before we get to the party floor. More than just a party floor, this is your cabaret floor. You know, we could just grab the mic here, get your friends and say, 543 Stanwyck.
Great idea. Okay, this is a fantastic. By the way, it's paying homage to the architectural style. In the old traditional homes, they used to have ballrooms in the attic like this. Okay, great idea. Love it. The architect for this house, actually, like the guy knew what he was doing, and I think this owner just really like put too much input. Let's just say, okay. But this needs to be way more ornate. This is where you could have put the wood ceiling on the top, right? You could have brought that like grayish wood kind of a East Coast vibe into this house, where you would have lifted this room up and take it out of this staleness. But instead, you decided to, stage it with freaking cheap events chairs and black table covers and a monitor. Why is there a monitor here? It just looks horrible. This is like a really bad wedding in Glendale. Idea was there. Execution, meh.
You can come up here and make it your game room. This could be up here where you have every video game possible.
I would keep it as a very special for the family to come in, have maybe kids perform karaoke, piano, maybe a pool table at a corner. I like the direction they were going with this as a kind of a performance area, okay? The space is completely there. Execution is just So bad.
Let's go outside. Now, this is what 3,000 square feet of patio looks like. You have multiple areas to eat, both under and outside of shade. For instance, if you want to go right off the kitchen, there's an amazing spot to have a great brunch or outdoor dinner that's right next to your main house. Or here, you're setting up a pickleball court. Maybe you're doing some tennis off in the distance.
I love the landscaping. They've just really nailed it on 4 acres too. It's a lot of work, a ton of trees, a lot of mature trees, but they've kept that symmetrical look in most of the areas and then brought different pops of color. Well done. It's a full-time job on of a crew for 4 acres.
And then up these beautiful steps, these hand-cut pieces of bluestone cost a pretty penny. We go all the way up and we hit our amazing pool and pool house. There he is.
Hey, Ryan.
You just keep popping up everywhere.
Good to see you again.
Perfect. You just set up all of the exterior space, and here we are. I am timely and efficient. I will give myself that.
So let's talk about the separation of the swimming pool from the main house. On a estate like this, you have to do it. You really got to utilize the lot. Otherwise, just leaving it blank, it doesn't work. Yes, you do have to walk all the way there, but when you have beautiful landscaping like this, why not? And then you get to kind of tell a different story over here. You have a beautiful pool house. You got to use the lot, and I have no problem with the distance, how far away it is. They've done it actually a very good job to utilize the, because it's a bit of a long lot on 4 acres. I can imagine there's probably another acre behind this pool house.
Yeah, it's a 52 by 22 gunite pool. Saltwater.
Yeah,
saltwater.
Jinx. With an amazing pool house behind us, cabana, indoor, outdoor, bathrooms.
Yeah, that's at least another half an acre, if not more, behind the pool house. But did you notice something? This is a sloped lot. Do you know how they fixed it and it was almost impossible to tell it is a sloped lot? You hide your retainer walls with these plants. You distract by landscaping, and you give this gradual lift as you come in. You're kind of guiding the guests, right? Like you slowly move them up, and like it's not even an issue. Like this would pass as a flat 4 acres, right? Because you leveled it off, trenched it off in the right way with the right setbacks and right plants hiding the retainer walls.
To all the landscaping, the stone, like I still love the Da Vinci slate roof.
Before I show you guys how I'm going to fix the facade to give it a little bit more character and personality, here's what I like about it and here's what I didn't like about it. The lot is amazing, 4 acres, right? I like the private driveway. It had to be tree lined. I like the facade. It could be a little bit better. I'm going to show you. The side setbacks, right? I couldn't tell if it was south facing or not. It seemed like it had a lot of natural light. Humongous backyard, great lot utilization. Architectural style was fantastic. But then when we went on the inside, the layout, the scale and dimensions of the rooms were completely off. A lot of unusable rooms, in my opinion. Staging was horrible, and the finishes were just way below par. This caliber of a lot. Now, let's fix the facade. Now, before I tell you what I like about it and what I don't like about it and how to fix it, if you want to learn how to spot the flaws in the architectural style of your property that you're planning to buy or remodel, you should do the 5-day workshop. I mean, this is one of the 10 principles I'm going to teach. The link is in the description. Okay, first, why is it even colonial revival? Okay, the giveaway, easy giveaway, is the pairs of windows, okay, and the pairs of columns. That tells me right away that it wants to be a colonial revival home, okay? But the architect has done something really interesting, which I really, really like, right? You normally don't see these kind of floored eaves or kicked eaves at the end where they kind of slide up, okay? It's really a pastiche to the, Asian architecture. But the problem is he kind of just stops right there. Okay, so the colonial revival is kind of known for its symmetry. It was a fight back against Queen Anne, and it went back in time and, got elements from the Federal and the Georgian style and kind of brought that symmetry back to the American architecture. But, those architecture were also very ornate. So this is really like a modern take on it. And for example, I feel like the windows really take the history and everything out of it. And also, I really believe it gets really busy up here, okay? To introduce, like, we have twos, right, pairs, and then you introduce 3 windows over here, and then you match that with another, like, triplets of dormers over here, and then again, two chimneys and a cupola on the center. Too busy, and it's just too much going on as far as features and not enough, I would say, character. Okay, you didn't need to do all that stuff. But what I really like about it is that by giving that kind of a flared eaves, they've kind of kept it consistent. Like the dormers have that curve in there. Even the bay windows have that curve. They've kind of ran with it, right? And it landed really, really well. Now you're thinking, Arvin, how would you fix this or make it better, right? So here's an idea I just sketched like in 20 minutes. Okay, so here's the house. Okay, now what I would do with it is I would first eliminate one of the dormers. Okay, and add a kind of a widow's walk, kind of a fake balcony terrace over here. Bring that New England elements back to the architectural style, because this was first kind of perfected in New England. So you bring the pairs back, right? You add a kind of a widow's walk balcony thing that they used to do, and you get rid of the cupolas. There was just too much going on. You can do the cupola center and not do the chimneys, right? Or the other way. I like the chimneys more. I think that gives it more of a too much of a New England look, which I don't like. I really like the grid pattern to be, this way and blank on the bottom. I think that's, again, an element of architectural style. You definitely want to give it shutters. Like, it really is that supermodel right now without any character, right? Without any personality. So when you do this, when you put shutters, you put a lot of accents on the windows, you really give it a lot more character. And to solve this like kind of a 3-window situation we had over here, I really think you need another, like a balcony, small balcony. I'm horrible at drawing perspective, but this was supposed to be a balcony that looks into your huge front yard, which, it's awesome to look at because you have a huge frontage, right? So it would have been cool to have that experience. And then you also had these roof eyebrows, but they were blank, they were just like no pupil in them, right? You definitely want to do kind of even if you don't have a window, you want to put a fake window over there. Overall, I think it could have had a little bit more ornateness to make it even more historical, traditional. Now you're thinking, Arvin, like, how come I don't have this palette, right? Like, how come I couldn't, this looks better, but like, how come I didn't spot the problem even in the beginning? It's really not your fault. You've been shown so much crap or time after time after time that has really like blocked your palette, right? So if you join the 5-day workshop, I'm going to go over architectural style and kind of introduce elements to you, how to educate yourself, how to get better at it. I'll teach you guys how to get better at having a better taste in architecture and identify flaws, understand how things could be better. So if you want to do that, click on the link below. I would love to see you guys. Starts April 28th. Thanks for watching. And if you want to see the Georgian style home that I fixed, click over here. That's also a really cool property in Surrey, England. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the comments. Bye.